We're seeing a big launch on the XRP Ledger, and this is going to be one of those famous jungle link flip-flops. You've seen it before, and when I first heard about this development, I said, that's stupid, that'll never work. That's not the way you should design a system, and I was wrong. This is going to be so big, it's not funny. We're going to dig into it. Everyone's looking at the ETF inflows, and they are quite impressive, but I think there's a more impressive metric we're going to go over here tonight that shows the long-term value of the XRP Ledger. We have A16Z giving us an outlook for 2026, what to look for within blockchain. We also have Arthur Hayes. He's going to tell us, does he think that, we're still waiting on an alt season? It's not going to happen. He'll give us his opinions there. Let's just get into it. There's a lot of stuff to cover here. XRP Ledger is getting a major DeFi upgrade. Ripple engineers are rolling out a lending protocol specifically designed for institutions here. The game changer, single asset vaults, instead of pulling assets, this isolates every loan. It enables underwriting, fixed rate lending directly on chain. Put your XRP to work with institutional standards. When I first heard about that, I'm like, that's not how DeFi works. We're not going to do, real world underwriting, and this is against the whole ethos of blockchain. This is ridiculous. Who would want to do this? Well, basically every institution. If you're Ripple, you can't even use the AMMs, right? Because you don't know who you're transacting with. If you're BlackRock, with their BIDL platform, JP Morgan Chase, this is necessary. This is needed. And it's one of the biggest, areas that your major institutions want to jump in here. They want to get in DeFi. They just can't go on to, the big DeFi protocols right now and just YOLO their funds in there. They need this. And this is going to be a massive capture of value if the XRP Ledger can facilitate these types of systems. You can imagine the kind of money you will capture. Doesn't stop you from having your flares or your other types of DeFi systems that we all are used to on the XRP Ledger, but this is extra and this is big and it is institutional, and I think it's going to work and it's going to be a big one. So was I wrong on this? You best believe I was wrong, and I think this is going to onboard a lot of major institutions onto the XRP Ledger here. Now, the real alpha, focus on the utility instead of hype. That's always the key. Everyone right now, they're obsessing over the very impressive amount of inflows for XRP ETFs, 941 million, almost $1 billion in inflows. And I would add at a time when, it's shaky out there in crypto, fear is at an all-time high. It's not a great time, and we're still seeing very strong numbers from these XRP ETFs. But the real story is the quiet 15 billion. What am I talking about here? Well, in 2024, Ripple's on-demand liquidity, Ripple Payments now, processed over 15 billion in cross-border payments. That's up 32% year over year. And ETFs, they're just the access point that allows new people to invest. But Ripple Payments, well, that's the durable demand. Hype, that will eventually settle. That will fade. Utility always wins. And this is the deal. Those ETFs, they're going to allow a lot of inflows, a lot more than we've ever seen. And it will raise the base on what these assets will stick at even during bad times, of course. But they can be counterproductive too. We've seen that with Bitcoin and Ethereum, those outflows that are happening right now. But the utility, the use of the blockchain for the tool it's supposed to be, well, that only grows over time, more and more and more. And we're seeing that success. I bet you 2025 is going to be even more successful than any year we've ever seen. Probably more than 32% growth. And at 32% year over year, you're going to own the world really quick. They're doing a great job there. And just showing that, the XRP Ledger, it's here to stay. It's growing in those areas that matter. And we're going to stack on top of it, not just payments, RWAs, all sorts of trading of stocks and bonds and derivatives. And it doesn't matter if it's a payment or whatever. It all comes down to settling some kind of transaction. And for that, the XRP Ledger is world class here. Now, Ripple says the following. Institutions, they're moving to stablecoins, and it comes down to three things: speed, reach, and flexibility. I will add to that, though, remember, this is going to give us direct integration to TradFi. When Ripple becomes a bank, when they have Fed access, it's just going to be piped right into the XRP Ledger. You can move value in seamlessly. And when you can do that, that's when you get sufficient on-chain liquidity to do real things. And that's where the savings comes. When you're not using intermediaries, when you're not using exchanges, when you can do everything on-chain, that's really where your major gains and onboarding comes from. And we are so close. It's going to happen. RLUSD will be a huge tool for that, along with other stable coins like Circle stablecoin. There'll be a bunch of them. XRP Ledger is going to be the place you want to be for stablecoins. Make sure you join the Zao DAO. Remember, now you can use your Saman wallet and your Bifrost wallet. Buy lifetime membership for $10, payable in XRP. Help shape the future of this ledger. support real-world XRP Ledger adoption, use cases built around the XRP Ledger, and share in DAO profits long-term. We have a couple more stories coming up on this, but we're starting to roll. Again, you can use your Salmon or your Bifrost wallet. Link down below in the pinned comment and also in the description. Join the revolution. Help the XRP Ledger scale and onboard real use case. It's a big deal here, and great to see now Bifrost is also supporting, and there will be more wallets down the road. Now, A16, they just dropped their big ideas for 2026, and the thesis is clear. Crypto, it's no longer just some sort of asset for trading. They're saying it's going to be the structural layer for AI, the economic layer for AI. AI agents are moving beyond chatbots. And here's the deal. They're all going to be doing transactions. Now, you can't send your AI chatbot down to Bank of America to open up a bank account, but it sure can open a crypto wallet. And it's going to just increase the amount of value flowing around these blockchains. You're going to have millions at first and billions and even trillions of agents out there doing all sorts of big transactions, micro transactions. And if you're a chain that can facilitate this type of volume, you're going to benefit in a big way. We're going to see massive scale here with blockchain and AI. Now, they go on to say, I didn't understand this one, but they're claiming that somehow with AI, developers can mathematically prove their code cannot be broken before it ships. Is this the end of major hacks? I would say no. You could always have a problem in code, but maybe I'm wrong. We'll see how that plays out. Stake media. They say this is going to be a big deal because in the future, we're not going to be able to tell the difference between an AI deepfake and reality. And so essentially the idea is if you want to be taken seriously, when you put your story out there, you're going to have to stake some value on the blockchain. And if it turns out you were lying and that was a deepfake, you get slashed. Interesting use case. Lastly, they're saying native tokenization. So we've already been wrapping stocks and bonds and all sorts of financial instruments and bringing them on the blockchain. What they're saying is the future is native financial products that can only exist on blockchains, utilizing programmable liquidity and composability. Essentially, we couldn't make these types of financial products before. Now we can using blockchain. And so it's not just about bringing on traditional types of financial products, but there's going to be a whole host of new ones. The growth is just unmatched within blockchain. What we will see into the future, A16Z believes 2026 will be a big deal. Now, Arthur Hayes, he's saying alt season, it never ended. You just missed it. You had the wrong assets. You were focusing on old narratives. Hayes points to his success in Hyperliquid, and Solana is proof that massive altcoin gains have already occurred. This is what I would say. Yeah, there's always opportunity out there. But that would be like during 2018 through till the bull run of 2021, because you made a lot of money in Link. You said, oh, that's not a bear market. I made a bunch of money in Link. That's assets either starting out very low or oscillating up and down the ranking. Yeah, you can make money, but that's not a bull run for altcoins. You have the biggest of them all, Ethereum. It hasn't broke out yet. This would be the same as if some minor, stock took off from the pink sheets or something and made gains, and you're like, well, it doesn't matter that the S&P 500's down and Apple and Google and all these major companies, they didn't do anything, but my pink sheet company made a lot of money, so it's a bull run. Like, come on, this is ridiculous. We are not in an altcoin bull run, that's for sure. Solana even. Solana didn't make massive gains off its previous all-time high. It just went down so low that it was a great opportunity, and you make gains bounce out the bottom. That's not a bull run. That's not a bull run or a growth cycle for altcoins. We need to grow this market cap and, see major altcoins start breaking out into new and significant all-time highs. I understand what he's saying. There's always opportunity. You can always make money, but I disagree. We have not seen an altcoin growth cycle just yet. Now, Crypto Quant, they're saying it's all over Red Rover. Bear market has officially begun. According to their latest data, demand has slowed decisively since mid-November. Outlook, what they're saying is that over the next 3 to 6 months, we will see Bitcoin go down to 70,000 as their base case and a worst case of 56,000. If that happens, keep your eye on Michael Saylor. He's going to be looking to get on one of Elon's rockets and get out of here. The data, U.S. spot ETFs have turned net sellers. Again, we talked about that. That's the counter to these ETFs. Bitcoin slipped below its 365-day moving average. Funding rates lowest since December 23. Is the cycle over or just a flush before the real run? Let me know down below what you think. I'll be interested to hear. Is it all over Red Rover or our best times ahead of us? Now, Zaldao, this is interesting. Now recognize XRP held on-chain with Strobe Finance. So if you're using Strobe Finance, Even though the XRP is not technically sitting in your wallet, you're still going to get credit there for your voting power and your profit sharing power. This is why I bring this up. Besides, that's a big deal. This is the idea. The Zhao DAO doesn't want to stop you from using your XRP. So over the long term, you're going to probably see FXRP be counted. And pretty much if you are using your XRP for productive purposes and DeFi and all sorts of different systems, they want to integrate that stuff. It just takes time. We want to encourage XRP to be put in motion and to be used for productive purpose, not stop it. And so we're seeing that now here. First with Strobe Finance, but there will be more. And it gets quite complicated, but it's going to get done here. Lastly, I'm so excited about this partnership with Expector. We see the following: ecosystems don't grow on hope, they grow on participation. If you want XRP Ledger to thrive, join the Zhao DAO. Builders need support, communities need voice, and we see here where they're building out the Zhao DAO headquarters where we'll be able to meet and have meetings. This is exciting stuff. Again, link down below in the pinned comment and also in the description. Become part of the DAO and shape the future of this blockchain. Ripple, they do the big $1 trillion stuff. Cross-border payments, RWAs, great. With XRP Ledger, it can do a lot more. And in totality, it's massive in its own right. And it helps Ripple, and Ripple helps us. And it kind of works in a symbiotic manner. If you can do something and bring utility to the real world, we want that built on the XRP Ledger. Again, link down below. Let me know what you think down below. As always, please like, please subscribe. The revolution will be televised right here on Jungle Link.